Hello my friends, welcome to the Audio Knowledge channel. If you like the content you can subscribe and share. John Locke's Second Treatise of Government, published in 1689, is a seminal work in political philosophy and a foundational text for modern democratic theory. In this treatise, Locke outlines his theories on government, individual rights, and the nature of political authority, advocating for the principles of limited government and the protection of natural rights. Core concepts. 1. State of nature. Locke begins by describing the state of nature, a pre-political condition in which individuals live free and equal, governed by natural law. Unlike Hobbes' bleak view, Locke sees the state of nature as generally peaceful and reasonable. People have natural rights to life, liberty, and property, and are bound by the law of nature, which dictates that individuals should not harm others in their life, health, liberty, or possessions. 2. Social contract. Locke argues that to protect their natural rights more effectively, individuals consent to form a government through a social contract. This agreement is based on mutual consent and aims to create a political society where rights are safeguarded. Unlike Hobbes, Locke believes that this social contract establishes a government that is limited in power and accountable to the people. 3. Government by consent. According to Locke, legitimate government arises from the consent of the governed. The power of the government is derived from the people and must be exercised in a manner that serves the public good. This concept underscores the principle of popular sovereignty, where authority rests with the people, who can replace or alter the government if it fails to protect their rights. 4. Separation of powers. Locke advocates for a system of government with distinct branches to prevent the abuse of power. He distinguishes between the legislative and executive branches. The legislative branch makes laws, while the executive enforces them. Locke also supports the concept of a federative power responsible for foreign affairs and national defense. This separation of powers is intended to ensure that no single entity becomes tyrannical. 5. Right to revolution. One of Locke's most influential ideas is the right of the people to revolt against a government that fails to uphold their rights. If a government becomes despotic and violates the social contract, citizens have the right to overthrow it and establish a new government that better protects the natural rights. This principle of the right to revolution provided a theoretical foundation for later democratic movements and revolutions. 6. Property rights. Locke's theory of property is central to his political philosophy. He argues that individuals have a natural right to property, which is acquired through labor and investment. People have the right to own and control property, provided that they leave enough and as good for others. Locke's ideas on property influence modern economic and political thought, emphasizing the role of individual ownership in a free society. Historical context and influence. Second Treatise of Government was written in the context of the political upheavals of 17th century England, including the English Civil War and the Glorious Revolution. Locke's ideas were a response to the absolutist tendencies of the monarchy and a defense of constitutional government and individual liberties. The treatise has had a profound impact on political theory and practice, influencing the development of liberal democracy and constitutional design. Locke's principles of consent, limited government, and individual rights are foundational to modern democratic states and have informed the drafting of key documents such as the U.S. Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. Conclusion. In summary, John Locke's Second Treatise of Government presents a vision of political authority based on consent, individual rights, and the rule of law. Through his advocacy for a limited government and the right to revolution, Locke provides a framework for understanding and implementing democratic principles. His work remains a crucial reference in discussions of political theory and the structure of modern governments.